Mashed potato.
Yes, that's it. Do you know what it is today? It's tinned fish, fishy fish cake Friday. Tinned fish, fishy fish cake Friday. Fishy Friday. Fishy.
Rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
Try doing that one with the gin, which I'll be doing later with Alex. Alex Hollywood and I, 6:30. Don't forget today, we're doing an Insta live. Probably go to her account, and then I'll be joining that one. 6:30. We're just going to chat.
What's about?
I don't know. Food, life, drink, life, chat, food. Answer some questions. If anyone's got any questions on food, we'll be answering all those sorts of things. Right, and I'll probably be talking about these. This is my tinned fish, fishy fish cake Friday fish cakes. So, we don't eat enough tinned fish. Okay, tinned fish is really good for us because it is fresh and then it's canned. Okay, it's so fresh inside that can once it's been cooked. You can obviously have piles of it in your cupboard for ages. And we need to eat a bit more of it, but we're a bit sort of scared of it. We just think of tin tuna, maybe a sardine occasionally on some toast. But it has so many different qualities that you can put into lots of different dishes. And I'm going to make some tinned fish, fishy fish cakes using sardines. Now I have a recipe in my book which is with mackerel, or smoked mackerel. You can use either, but we don't have any because we've eaten it all. So I've got sardines. Okay, so it's very simple in here because I just did it really quickly, so it's all done. Some chopped capers, some chopped gherkins, some chopped red onion, some sardines, and then just a little bit of broken up potato. Not too broken up, I want to have texture, okay, in this. Also, in my recipe, which is actually, this is in my book, believe it or not, that recipe actually calls for new potatoes, which I don't have any of at all. So I'm going to get my hand in, and first of all, I'll just give it a little bit of salt and pepper. This is a mix I've got here. Okay, a bit of salt and pepper. Now also it calls for parsley and chives. My chives I've cut down so far, I just want to leave them alone for a little bit, and I don't have any parsley. But that's more sort of for green flecks than flavour. So just bring this all together, give it a good squidge. So, all amalgamates. Now if you don't like capers, I know some people don't, you don't put them in if you don't want to, but I really think it does add to this whole fish cake scenario. I do another fish cake which is salmon, not tin, well you can use tinned, and peas and mint, which are really nice fish cakes too. So the potato is just sort of going to bind it all together. I don't need an egg, this will be enough. And it's going to, now you see, now I've got fish fingers, I can't get my plate.
This could end horribly. Yep. Why didn't you just rinse your hands?
There you go. No, because I have to do it again then, don't I? Rinse more than once. Right, so see the size of fish cake you want? Is it sort of like main meal, lunchtime, piggy? You could just do one big fish cake if you really want to fill Frank. But I think that's quite a good size. So just shape them into your size, and then we're going to flour, egg and crumb them, and then we're going to fry the little babies after we've given them a chill in the fridge for about sort of half an hour. Right, shape my little babies here. Could probably got 6 out of there actually, but I made them a bit big. But that's fine, because you like them big, don't you? You like a big fish cake?
Yep.
Yeah. So we're going to flour, egg and crumb. So I'm just going to put a little bit more seasoning in the flour. It's just plain flour, okay? So we dip the, oops. You reshape your fish cake.
If you drop them.
Give it a little pat. There we go, my little baby. Right, so flour, gently, okay, and then shake off the residue, pop it in the egg. Now it's always a good idea to do this with one hand, not two, in case the doorbell rings or the phone goes, because it always happens when you've got your hands mucky. But there's not much likelihood of the door going, is there, because we're in self-isolation, so I think we'll be all right today. So dip in the egg, and then you dip it into some crumbs. Now these are just crumbs I had left over in the freezer actually. Just whenever I have any bread that's left over, I just give them a mix, a whiz in the food processor, and then just keep them. So there we go. That's one. So we do all of them, and then I'm going to put them into the fridge just to let them set up for about half an hour.
Lottie, where are you? Ah.
I'm here.
What have you got there then?
Did you miss me?
Always.
Always. I've got some Tommies. So while those are chilling, I'm going to roast these lovely little Tommies off. These are from the Isle of Wight tomatoes, tomatostore.co.uk, where you can get a whole box of beautiful heritage tomatoes from them. About 22 quid, I think, but you do get an awful lot of tomatoes in there, and they deliver them to your door. And they're beautiful roasted off. I mean, they're really sweet anyway, but if you just roast these little babies off, it intensifies the flavour. So there's just a little bit of oregano marjoram going over, or whatever it is that's come from the garden. I know it's come from the herb patch. I get a bit confused between the two. But we're just going to scatter those over like that. A little bit of olive oil, just a sprinkle as well. Do you want some garlic on them? Yeah, a little bit of garlic on as well. This is smoked garlic actually. A little bit here, so just put just one clove on that. I meant to say, if you haven't got any flour at the moment, which I know a lot of people don't have flour, you don't need to do the flour in the flour, egg and crumbing of the fish cakes if you don't want to. They just the flour gives another seal to the initial outside of the fish cake, but if you just want to do egg and crumb, that's perfectly fine, okay? So we just chop that up. That, just a few bits sprinkled over the top. And then I'm going to pop it in the oven about 180 for about half an hour, or less really, depends. I'll have a little look and I'll let you know. But there's salt and pepper as well there. Shove those in. While all that's all happening, tomatoes, oven, chilling fish cakes, I want to tell you about this. This is from the Wasabi company, and it's a wasabi mustard, and it is absolutely amazing. It's also 3 great taste stars. So ordinarily I would serve these fish cakes with a horseradish mayonnaise, so just some horseradish cream or horseradish, you can get it in the grated state in jars, added to some mayo. You can make your own mayo if you want, but I thought this would be really nice to try instead. It's wonderful. It's not too nasal clearing. It's got a sweetness to it as well. It's really, really scrumptious. So if you can get hold of that, that would be great. If not, as I said, horseradish is fine. With just a dollop of mayonnaise, mix it together, and that would be really lovely to dip your fish cakes into. So I've just got them in some oil. It's not quite shallow frying. It's not quite shallow frying, but it's almost there. It's got to have plenty of oil so they have a really good chance to cook and brown. And once I've done the other side, then what I do is just make sure around the edges get a little bit of colour as well. And then it'll obviously all be nice and hot all the way through. And they smell good. Crispy. Do you know, another thing is, if you don't want to fry them, they do really well just on a baking tray in the oven, okay, to cook. So if you just want to reduce the fat side of things, that's fair enough ski. I have to say, it's really lovely having that sort of crispy coating to it. And then these tomatoes are all cooked. I'm just going to put those on the side. So they've got a big beefy. It's a good lunch today, isn't it? See what tin fish can do? Something simple, and it's cheap as well. Tin fish are so cheap. I'll tell you what I'm just going to do here. Get them all. There we go. All on top of there. Smell of those. So scrumptious. So scrumptious. Plus, we get the juice. That lovely garlicky juice on there. Pour that over the top. Like that. And then serve that with a good blob of that. Gosh, I've done a whole meal, haven't I? I mean, I don't think we're going to eat all 5 of those, are we? I'm gonna give it a go though. Shall I try one? Are you jealous? You're a little bit jealous. They're really scrummy. I love the capers and the gherkin in there. It works so well with the tin fish, and the sardine in the background is just lovely. So a bit of a blob of that on top. And a tomato. That's me done. Happy Fishy Friday, and I'll see you at 6:30 for a chat with Alex. See you then.